Everybody, welcome to day 36. I missed out day 35 because yesterday was really quite frustrating. I couldn't get anything dry, nothing was going right at all yesterday, and so I did a little bit of turning, and by the end of the day I just couldn't be bothered to make the intro and all this sort of thing. I had enough, so 2 frustrating days, but you get them, don't you? You have them, and which really brings me on to the book that I'll talk to you about in a moment. One of the highlights of the last couple of days was yesterday evening, last night, middle of the night, midnight last night, I did a podcast for a guy in America, and that went really well. We chatted for well over an hour, and it's going out in March, so I'll put a link in for that in the description below. So that was a highlight of the last 2 days, but a frustrating couple of days, which we'll show in the video that follows. Okay, I'm just turning these bowls with the slip on the inside. I've had a bit of a problem trying to get the chattering to work. It's all about angles. I think the secret is the timing of the drying process. Some of them have got a little bit too dry, so they wouldn't chatter. Okay, that's that bit done. Hold this in the Giffen grip. See if I can't get you a better angle. Right, see if I can't get this to work now. I'm not using a piece of hacksaw blade, this is a piece of banding wire, it's metal. And it's just a question of getting the angle correct, and I'm going to try my best. The wheel going fairly quickly. It's just chattering. I think the slip's too thick. It's taking too big a jump. I'll show you one I just did. See if I can get it right. That's one I've just done. That's quite a nice pattern. But it's a little bit too hit and miss for me, I think. I'll do these and I'm not going to do any more. Still a nice enough pattern, but not what I was expecting. So I'll turn this one. Might be that I need a thicker piece of metal. So, as with everything that I do, whatever it was showing you is I show you what works and what doesn't. It should have sharper cuts in it. I think it's just down to my lack of skill, to be honest with you. But it's a nice pattern. They'll fire. Someone will like it. But I'll have to see how it goes. Okay, that's the last 2 days' frustrations, which brings me on to today's book, which is Ikigai. This was given to me by a family member. My sister-in-law gave me this a couple of Christmases ago, and it's really good. It's the Japanese secret to a long and happy life. And I'll just read a couple of bits from it for you, because it's really does help you to understand why we do things. The Japanese concept, which translates roughly as the happiness of always being busy. And another quote is, treat everyone like a brother even if you've never met them. And there is no word in Japanese that means retire. They tend to just carry on working and doing what they love. And in the village that they study in Okinawa, in this book, they found that everyone has 2 jobs, well into being nearly 100. They have the main job, and then they have another job as well. If it's working with other people to provide vegetables, they grow vegetables in their gardens and they sell them. So they keep active all the time. And it sort of really struck a chord in me when I read this book, is that doing something that you love makes you happier, and if you're happier, you live longer. I'm a great believer in that. So when people say to me, how are you doing, are you alright? I say, yeah, I'm always alright. That's my philosophy, always be alright. I mean, people suffer with depression, and I do feel for them. But I personally always try and look at the bright side of things. So the last 2 days have been frustrating, but you know, I've learned something. It'll come to me one of these days, what I've worked out. But that's the way it is. That's the philosophy I try to live by. Just do what you want to do, enjoy it, don't hurt anyone, always treat everyone kindly and with compassion, and hopefully I'm going to live to a ripe old age. See you tomorrow.